Then,
Welcome back to Swine TV, part of our special series with Lanxess on biosecurity. Today we're going to review Biofilms, Hidden Enemies with Gisele Ravagnani, Technical Marketing Manager. Welcome back to the program, Gisele.
Hi, Jim. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
What's new from your end? I know winter's approaching and that's a new for you.
Yeah. So from the personal side will be my first real winter because, as I mentioned before, I'm from Brazil, and the region that I used to live, we don't have like the winter that you have here in US or Canada, here in the North America region. So yeah, I'm getting prepared too. And basically also when we think about the production side, we've mentioned in the last presentation about the attentions that we need to have during this period of the year. So when it means biosecurity, basically cleaning and disinfection, the products that you are using. So pay attention that mainly the disinfectant that you are using in your farm will be working disinfectant even under these very low temperatures. So it's really important.
So I know you've got a presentation to share. Can you explain the concept of biofilm, what it is and where it is?
Yeah, I do. I prepare some slides. Maybe it can be easier to understand the concept, but biofilms are basically our hidden enemies in the production. Not only in the production, but also inside our homes, in any other areas, in anywhere basically. But biofilms are very important because um, they are there, and bacterias basically are under these biofilms. So they are kind of protected, and they will contaminate the environment and cause any disease or any problem in our herd, for example. So I'm going to share my screen. This one. So just let me know if you can see.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess now it's in presentation mode. So as I mentioned, the biofilms are our hidden enemies. And why? But basically, let's try to understand what is a biofilm. So biofilm is a layer of microorganisms that contain a matrix. Basically, it's a slime. And this layer forms on surfaces, often in contact with moisture and water. So here in the pictures, we can see water pipes. So basically, this kind of surface will be moisture and all the time. So we need to pay attention also in this kind of surface. It's not just a hard surface. So the formation of a biofilm will begin with attachment of free-floating microorganisms, bacteria, for example, that are in the surface. So they will attach to protect themselves and start to creating this monolayer or this slime layer. And then we will first developing a microcolony. So they will start multiplying themselves. So if these colonies are not separated or removed from the surface, they will anchor themselves more permanently. So it implies that if you try to remove them, it will be harder. So that's why it's important to always proceed with a good cleaning step and with a cleaner, not just with water, and also a disinfection step with a disinfectant. So maybe we can think, okay, this is a biofilm, but is it hard to remove biofilm? So basically, yes. Of course, it will depend if you always clean and disinfect your surfaces or water pipes with surfactant products, for example, a cleaning or a disinfectant. So is it hard to remove a biofilm? Yes. As the individual cells of these bacteria continue to grow and multiply, they start to interconnect themselves. And this connection creates a sticky matter, so it grows and it gets stronger. So, and also additional dirty, dust, any other kind of organic material, or even other microorganisms or other pathogens, they will continue to adhere in the surface. So growing even more this biofilm and also increasing the amount of pathogen that is in this biofilm. So the surface needs to be prepared by using a cleaner. And why? Because the cleaner has a surfactant ingredient in its formulation. So the surfactant will broke or will damage this layer. And once you open this layer, you will remove all these pathogens after you rinse. Even though if you do a very well cleaning step, you won't be able to remove like 100% of all these pathogens. So that's why it's important also to complement this cleaning step with a disinfection step, with a disinfectant, and with a disinfectant that has also a surfactant in its formulation. So this layer is like open, so you apply the cleaning remove, open this layer, clean all this area in this biofilm, but this layer is also open. So once you apply the disinfectant will kill the pathogen and also remove because it has the surfactant in its formulation. So, and also biofilm, it's organic load, it's pathogen load. So it's important also to clean with a cleaner before disinfect, because we know that disinfectants will reduce their efficacy under dirty surfaces or in the presence of organic matter. So that's why it's also important because of the biofilm, and also you will achieve the more efficacy of your disinfectant. So what are the options when dealing with biofilm? It's basically what I was explaining. So the first option and most practical option is to keep all the surfaces clean and dry as possible, making this a common practice. And the biofilms, they tend to form on surfaces that are not maintained or cleaned regularly. So keep the surfaces as dry as possible and also keep bacteria levels lower. How? Cleaning with a cleaner and disinfecting with a disinfectant. So here are some steps. So the pre-washing, the cleaning step with a cleaner, not just with the water, and disinfection with a disinfectant, and also clean and disinfect the water lines, the pipes, and the water tanks also, because these surfaces, they won't be dry They will be in contact with water basically all the time. So here is just one example. How is this biofilm formation? So basically we have a surface and some free bacteria, they start to attach, start to grow, establish in this surface, and then they can detach and form new colonies in other areas surround them. So although we have this biofilm formation, they can also detach and form other colonies also. So that's why it's super important to clean all these steps, the cleaning and disinfection steps. So the important properties of a good detergent or a cleaner and disinfectant is basically what we find in alkaline and acid cleaners. It's the good degreasing activity, basically in alkaline, because they're not all the cleaners are the same. And what I'm saying that because basically we have 3 different kinds of cleaners. So we have the alkaline cleaners, the neutral cleaners, and the acidic cleaners. Basically, the alkaline cleaners and also the neutral cleaners, they basically will remove the organic matter, so the organic deposits. And the acidic cleaners will remove mineral deposits. So when we have a load of the mineral deposits, when or in properties that we have hard water, so it will also helps to remove all this buildup scale, in this case, the acidic cleaners. So we are talking about pathogens, slime, so organic load. So it's really important to use alkaline detergent. Can be a chlorinated cleaner, alkaline chlorinated, but also foaming and no foam. No foam, it's basically to use for waterline cleaning. And cleaning is a critical aspect of biosecurity. So selecting the right cleaner for the task will help through these adherent films, these biofilms with the scale and also mineral deposits. And also, of course, then the disinfection steps. And here I just brought some of our products that we have here in the US. We have BioClean Plus, that it's our foaming alkaline cleaner. It's a heavy duty cleaner. We also have the BioClean AFC, which is our heavy duty acidic and high foaming cleaner, descaler also. And our range of disinfectants. So the Virkon S, our powder disinfectant, and the GQ1 and GS2, that our liquid disinfectants. GS2, it's a glutaraldehyde-based disinfectant, and GQ1, it's our glutaraldehyde and quaternary ammonium compound disinfectant also. So there are some steps, and it's basically the same steps to remove the biofilm. It's basically the same steps that we have when we are cleaning and disinfecting a farm, a house, a barn, a surface. So there are several steps. For example, we need to start removing all the dirt, all the dust, the organic matter, the dry matter, any feed residue, and then drain, clean, and disinfect the water system, water pipes. We always have to remember all the water pipes are also surfaces. So and they need to be clean and disinfect also. Always remember to wear the appropriate protective equipment. So the personal protective equipment, it's really important for all the steps, cleaning and disinfection steps. And once this surface is dry clean, we can start the pre-wash and then the cleaning with a cleaner. Throughout all the farmhouse, the swine farm or broiler or layer farm, dairy, cattle, whatever the production is. So and then we remove all the equipment in the house, raise, automatic feeders, drinkers, any kind of equipment that we can remove. We use a pressure water with a formulated cleaner, make sure that all the nooks and crevices rinse with hot water, but we can also rinse with warm water or cold water. The most important is dry clean, pre-wash, and then do this cleaning step with a cleaner. Wait the contact time, because cleaners also have the contact time. It's basically around 10 minutes, 15 minutes, depend the product. And then we have to rinse. Rinse, wait until the surface is dry, and then we disinfect. And that's all. The surface is prepared to receive new animals. And it's basically the steps of cleaning and disinfect step, but it's also the same steps to remove the biofilms, because everything's connected. So, and after the disinfection, of course, you have to wait until the surface is dry and prepare the barn, the room, the farm, and then receive the new animals. And also, of course, super important, choose registered products to use in your farm. So EPA registered products, and we've mentioned this in other presentations, but it's also important to know if the disinfectant that you are using, if it has been tested against the pathogens that you have concern or that you are facing problems in your farm. So it's really important, very, very important. So Jim, basically it's what I would like to present today. And thank you for having us again. If you have any question, or if we receive any question, I'll be happy to answer it. Thank you.
So the key takeaway today is clean, disinfect, and be consistent with that. And then the last question from that, are there any other hidden enemies other than biofilms?
Oh, yes, there are. So sometimes they're not that hidden as biofilms, but also it's another and different topics, but also pests, for example, flies, rodents, because of course they are not hidden. We can see them, but they can also bring and take pathogens in their body, for example. And maybe I'm going a little bit far, but also the environment condition. For example, air condition or filtering the air. Also, it's important. The temperature of the barn. Also, we have to control everything. The amount of dust in this barn. So that's important also to clean, disinfect, and keep But during the production cycle, we can face some dust in periods that we will face more dust. So it's important also because dust can be a hidden enemy also.
Well, great information. Gisele Ravagnani, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Jim.